Hello, fellow wannabe showrunners, and welcome to another Wannabe Showrunners, the show where we show you how much we want to be showrunners. And of course, it's Thursday, the Thursday Night Writer's Block.
Welcome to the Thursday Night Writer's Block.
I feel like I'm having already writer's block just from...
That's called speaker's block. You're not trying to write here. This is full speaker block. That's absolutely right. I'm Tyler. He's Scott. We're here to show you how much we want to be showrunners and maybe come up with a sweet idea along the way. If you're just tuning in for the first time, let us know in the chat if you've got some pitches, if there's anything you're interested in working on.
Or hose.
Sorry?
Or hose.
Or hose. Yeah, exactly. We do also... We're talking about getting a gardening show going. It would just be called...
Peppers.
Peppers, exactly. And so we're here. And truthfully... We had kind of a plan coming in tonight, but we kind of realized that
It sounded too much like one of our other ideas.
The idea we're working on Saturdays.
Just had the same skeleton almost.
Exactly. And we wanted to show our diversity, so we'll come back to that idea, I'm sure, in a couple weeks after we finish our Saturday, what we're working on Saturdays. But for now, we're going to do something fresh and clean.
So fresh and so clean. All right. So what do we want to do? As I said, there's no rules today. No mercy.
No mercy.
Shots fired.
That doesn't even make any sense in this context. We're not shooting today. We're just pitching.
Throwing pitches.
Exactly. We can work on that idea.
No, new idea.
New idea.
Fresh. It's fresh ideas. See, fresh pitch.
Fresh pitch.
Fresh. So, I don't know. I don't want to dip into the Mad Hat.
I don't want it to go into the Mad Hat either. That's really, I
So,
think that's better to, yeah.
Like, let's talk about who would we want to be pitching to? I guess is the first thing. Who are we pitching to this one?
Now, we do CBC a lot, so should we do something fresh of that?
Sure.
Okay.
So we want to do something Canadian. Like, yeah, I think that's a good way of going about it is we were going to do the Manitoba one. So we should keep it as a Canadian.
Oh, okay. I have an idea.
Okay.
It's in Newfoundland.
No.
It's a fishing village.
No.
There's a cult just outside of
No. We're not self-plagiarizing again.
Okay.
All right. So what's big? Something that like is Canadian, I guess.
Maple. Beavers. Friendship. Peace.
What's something that we can do?
Toronto.
It doesn't even have to be Canadian, but I just feel like you wanted to have a Canadian touch to it.
I know. I actually was trying to say the opposite. We do CBC a lot. Let's pitch
Oh,
around.
okay.
But I do think we could do something Canadian for sure.
Okay, no, I thought that's what you were trying to say. Okay, then where do you want to pitch then? What type of thing?
Okay.
Wait, what was it that guy had told us that we should do? A crime
romance.
Crime romance. Let's do crime romance.
Okay.
We're going to do a crime romance.
As a viewer suggestion, and if you're out there thinking, "Oh, I have a suggestion," put it in the chat.
Yeah.
Next time we need something, we'll do that one.
Yeah.
So
we just thought about it now.
Yeah, the other one could have been a puppet show for Happy Man Riley. Maybe it's a crime romance puppet show.
I'm down.
Okay.
So it's like Muppets, but
yeah,
like,
it's not fully puppets. It's like, oh, there's people, but then there's puppets mixed in.
I like that.
But it's not Happy Time Murders. It's not. I don't want to go to like, oh, it's adult and that kind of like.
So you want to keep it PG?
Yeah, or if it's not, I don't want it to be, oh, look, it's puppets jizzing and puppets swearing. Doesn't have to be for kids, but I don't want the twist to be, oh, it's a shocking that the puppets are acting like adults.
Okay. So Muppet Tonight type level.
Yeah, that would be good. Or it doesn't have to be, but that's like the.
But like that type of level where they like it's clearly for adults, done with adults. They're not kidding it up type thing, and like you have like the romance, like Miss Piggy and Kermit. There's romance there.
That's right.
So, okay. So what's a plot that we can do with a theme like this?
So first, let's talk about, as we do on Mad Hatter Monday.
Okay, so what is a crime?
Yeah, what are some crime romances? That kind of like, what are some good ones? What pitfalls don't you want to fall into?
That's the thing, is I honestly can't think of, just off the top of my head, any crime romance. But
So I think of a little bit, even though it's not really a romance, I think Thelma and Louise would fall into this category. I think that, like, true romance?
that's what I keep going to, is true romance, but I'm not... Is that...
Like Pulp Fiction is kind of like that, where you have, not all of it, but you have Pumpkin and Honey Bunny story.
Yeah.
Natural Born Killers.
What, are you telling me that Sam Jack and John Travolta, there wasn't chemistry there?
Oh, there's always
There's
chemistry.
romantic chemistry going on
You can't
all the
put
time.
Sam Jack with any other actor and not... Sam Jack had romantic chemistry with Goose the Cat on Captain Marvel. That man just radiates it.
Radiates. Okay.
Okay. So, I don't want... Obviously, it's puppets. I don't want them to be too violent. I don't want it to be a couple serial killers on the run.
So you want the crime to be a little bit less than that.
To me, they're probably bank robbers. I feel like bank robbers is like the... But it doesn't have to be. Maybe they're plagiarists. Maybe they're like bootlegging DVDs.
No.
Obviously not. Could it be a mobster thing?
Diamond Thief.
Oh, maybe it's a mob... the Puppet Mafia.
It would be the Muppet Mafia. We'd be pitching this to the Muppets.
We're pitching this to the Muppets? I don't think the Muppets would do... They would probably do a... Like, then you have to kind of do a full parody, right? Like, you could do the Muppets Godfather, or the Muppets... Like, aren't they doing a Muppets...
Like, as you said, you want to keep this adult, but like, I feel like if you're pitching this kind of... Maybe I'm wrong about puppet. Like, I don't know.
I think it's fun. I love a Muppet project. I think there's a Muppet project in the Mad Hat. So...
Of course there is.
It's not out of the... Actually, I think... If I'm going to spoil now, I think actually one of the talents is in association with the Jim Henson Workshop.
I see.
So it doesn't have to be Muppets. It could be Dark Crystal or...
Yeah, but no, it's Muppets.
Yeah. Okay.
I love me some Muppets.
I do think, though, this is like Muppet Treasure Island or Muppet... But not Treasure Island, obviously. The crime romance version of that.
Yeah. But I'm trying to think of a PG... crime romance.
You would just PG it down, I think. I don't think there is one. I think most crime movies
Yeah, no,
are
usually...
pitched at adults.
So it would be like I think like
Wait, isn't this? Aren't we just pitching the Great Muppet Caper?
Is that it?
Where I think they're doing a big heist in that, aren't they?
No, but we don't want the heist. We want. I guess, yeah. Okay, let's back this up.
They also, the newest Muppets one, they're escaping. There's a crime thing in that too, where it's Kermit's identical twin, right? And he's like a mastermind. I think they're art thieves. A good crime romance is the Thomas Crown Affair. Right? And there's like, oh, they're going under the lasers and that kind of stuff. And
Yeah, okay. I'm kind of seeing where we could go with...
But all of our protagonists aren't puppets, are they? Is it a human criminal and a Muppet, like, won over by the criminal? Undercover cop? Or vice versa?
What if it's like Chucky?
I mean, yeah.
And no, it's like the whole idea is that like it's a world filled with like humans, but it's the puppet that's doing all the crime in it, and the guy has like a romantic love for the puppet.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I think that's kind of where I am with it. But is only the one puppet? Do they have a backstory? Like,
no, we need this to be primarily puppets.
Is it like Who Framed Roger Rabbit?
Yes.
maybe that's the thing. Maybe there's a thing where, okay, it's a world. It's like a human world. It's like our world, but there's like Puppet Village. There's like, oh, Puppet Town. And this is where like the puppets, not every puppet lives there, but it's like, oh, little Puppet Ville. You know what I mean? Like little Italy or something.
Yep.
And
like Chinatown or Little Italy.
Exactly. And they need, like, it's a human who needs to go and steal something from that. Because the mobsters tell him to. Or, like, he's in debt, and, like, he has to go and do one... Like, he's trying to get out, but he has to do this one, like, Baby Driver style. He has to do this one job to kind of get out. But the thing he needs to steal is something that the puppets need to... It's like a MacGuffin that keeps the puppet land magically powered or something. They go, without it, the puppets are going to have to disperse. And there's a femme fatale... puppet that he falls for. It doesn't work. At the end, he decides not to steal it, is what I was gonna... Or they steal it, but... Maybe they steal it, but then they have to steal it back.
No. I want them to try to steal it. And when whoever we have as the villain touches it, they turn to a puppet.
Okay.
Because the thing is just that, like, that's what it is. It's like their power source and all that. Like,
yeah,
it's what keeps.
It's like a hand. It's like a golden hand or something because puppets have like a, you know what I mean? Like,
but he touches it and he turns into a puppet. That's got to be the.
But he's not a villain. He's our anti-hero. Like he's our protagonist.
No, but like our the criminal, like whoever. Just the whole thing is that when they touch it, they turn to a puppet.
Yeah,
I just think that'd be because you want to, like, if you're gonna do a puppet thing, you want to have your main character turn into a puppet is a pretty big.
Okay.
If you're gonna have puppets,
I like that a lot. I loved an Angel when they turned into puppets.
Yeah, but like think about like even like they did the opposite in the Muppets where Jim Parson played whatever his name is, Walter.
And did they have a puppet of Jason Segel in that as well?
Maybe.
No? It would have made sense if they did.
I think so.
So he touches it, he turns into a puppet, and he falls. But, like, for me, this is where I keep coming back to.
The romance.
No. Is that in a crime romance, usually it's not a criminal falling for someone who's not a criminal. Usually it's someone who's not a criminal getting seduced into a life of crime. Usually you don't have a criminal getting seduced out of a life of crime. I feel like a good crime romance is the opposite.
Yeah. I think that it's like we have the mafia and it's the Muppet Mafia.
Okay.
Or the Puppet Mafia, whatever we want to do. And they are like they know if he touches it, he's gonna turn into a puppet. Like they're playing him to lead him into a way of having another puppet soldier.
Okay, but why do they want this MacGuffin? Because it's not now a thing where it's sustaining little Puppetville or whatever. Is it? And if so,
They want it for power. No. They want it for...
No, it's a Robin Hood. Is it a Robin Hood where they're trying to steal it? Like the puppet mafia is actually the good guys.
Yes, but they want it for, like, to take back control. Because the whole thing, if it's a hand, it's about control.
Yeah. It's like in the museum, maybe.
Those who have the we have to come up with a name for it. Like those who maybe we could just call it the hand.
Yeah, I think it should.
Yeah, those who possess the hand control all Muppets or all puppets. And that's the whole thing. The hand controls the puppets.
Yeah. For sure.
It's just like I'm just going.
Yeah, yeah. And so it's a thing, but all the puppets aren't under control all the time right now.
No, it clearly is just it's actually not gonna be. I think it's not really a thing that actually controls all the Muppets. It's just I don't think it's like the one ring to rule them all, one ring to find them type shit. I think this is more like just that's the story that goes, because they're not being controlled to begin with. They're all
That's what I'm trying to say.
They're all free Muppets. That's just how the legend goes. Is he who possesses the hand controls the Muppets.
Nice. Yeah.
And we put like a legend behind the hand and all that.
Yeah, I feel like it's a little bit like Killmonger. You know how in Black Panther, Killmonger's like, these are Wakandan artifacts, and you just took them and put them in your museum? I feel like it's a little bit like that.
Yeah, we don't want to. Yeah, we want to make them. We want to make everybody like not evil, because that's a big thing about like Muppet movies, at least, is that even the villains aren't really villains.
Yeah,
everybody's still like kind of a good guy in some way, just trying to get to the goal, like to the objective in different routes.
Right. And at the end, he destroys it. He's like, no one should have the power to control the puppets. Instead of giving it to the mafia, that's our thing. Like, he throws it off.
But the mafia has to be like, after he destroys it, they have to be really mad at him with the whole idea of like, nobody actually believed that it controlled puppets. It wasn't some powerful thing. It's just it had that much of a symbol to it, that it was like almost a religious artifact.
Yeah, for sure.
You just destroyed a religious artifact.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's talk about the love interest. Is it someone in the mafia? Is it just like someone in the town? Like just like a whatever, and then he kind of like, and then they kind of hook up and do it together? Not hook up, but like,
I don't know. I think it's somebody who is, maybe it's like a spy who's like, and we have like a spy versus spy type thing going on for most of it.
I feel like that ruins the crime romance. I feel like that.
But no, it's just because no, it's not really. It's just like the competitiveness keeps drawing, like wanting to impress. It's just more like I guess it's not spy versus spy. I'm just I kind of want to have maybe her more as actual villain,
like a femme fatale.
Yeah, and like it's like she's own. Because of her even being in the story, it's what's driving him to keep following, like to keep pressing on.
Right.
So, yeah. Yeah, I just think it's like we have it that he's just she does something impressive in the beginning, and he's always just trying to one up impress.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a puppet.
For sure it's a puppet.
It's for sure a puppet. Because that's the thing, is can't have any love attraction to the puppet. There's no, I don't want to have any puppyality or whatever we want to call this. No, there's none of that. Like, humans don't fall in love with puppets.
Until he turns into a puppet. Right.
And that's where the romance really comes in.
That means, and here's what it is. They get that hand really early, and then they go on the run. That's what it's got to be. Like really 20 minutes in, like first act twist is they have it. He turns into a puppet. And then they're going on the run, and the mafia and the cops are after them. That's like a crime romance.
They think the mafia's after them. The mafia's only just trying to make sure that they're not involved. Like, that none of the connections draw back to them. I don't think that the mafia... Like, I feel like They just think because they got involved with the mafia, like the mafia never expected them to actually pull this off. Because again, the mafia knew that he was gonna turn into a puppet. He never thought that they were gonna like actually take the thing.
Mm-hmm. I feel like that's your favorite thing of they think that someone's after them, but it's not really after them.
I think the cops are after them.
Yeah.
I just think if we have the mafia after them, it's only to protect them or something like that. They're not actually coming after them.
But why wouldn't it be to get back? That you wanted the love interest to be the villain.
No, because she is part of the mafia.
I don't think she is anymore.
You don't? Oh, I thought she was.
No, maybe she, but like I kind of think that's what it is that the mafia puts him up to it.
She's a spy then or something like that?
Or like whatever. She convinces him, oh, with that we can really be by. And then together they go on the run. And it's them versus, and the mafia is trying to recover it because it's like a religious thing, like you said. The cops are trying to recover it because they're criminals. And it's the two of them kind of on the run. I think that's what it is. And like you said, she's a femme fatale. That's all in these crime things. That's like the trope is that, oh, that's the Catwoman. That's the person who's in it for themselves.
I want to make it about like halfway through the movie that he gets like do half and half.
Why?
I think
you lose the romance. You lose the romance by moving it halfway through the movie. You specifically said he doesn't fall for her until he turns to a puppet.
Or maybe he's definitely showing interest in her. Maybe we have the whole entire no, it's a puppet though. Like it's like that's forbidden love. We have like a whole forbidden love scene. It's forbidden love.
I could do it but I still think you put them on the run early.
Yeah, you put them on the run, but maybe she grabs it and he doesn't touch it yet.
Oh, okay.
And then he has to touch it at some point. And as we just build up this whole entire forbidden love, because I think that's where the romance really comes in, is that he finally turns into a puppet at the end.
I don't want to,
Or not at the end. No, but he finally turns into a puppet, and then we can build that more level of a romance. But like clearly at the first bit we show, yeah, I just feel like we don't want to have him too early as a puppet for some of the stuff.
Okay,
maybe I'm wrong.
I think in my mind you do it early, but
why?
Like I say, I do like the idea of the forbidden love, but it just. I guess it could be a halfway twist.
That's what I mean. It's like you build it up in this whole entire thing of, and like she's not, the way I really picture it is she's not coming in until a quarter of the way through the movie probably anyways.
Then how does she still? I think
she's like probably like when she comes into the movie is probably around the point where we're getting her, or like I picture this as being a movie.
Yeah, this is definitely a movie.
Yeah,
no question.
So I really picture her coming in at around the quarter point where we're like 20 minutes in type thing when we're looking at our inciting incident.
Yeah, 20 minutes. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah. So she comes in 20 minutes, but I want there to be that forbidden love. So you got to have at least another 20 minutes of that.
There's only probably an hour and 20-minute movie.
Right. So now we're at the halfway mark. We're at the halfway.
No, we're 2/3 of the way through. By 40 minutes, we're 2/3 of the way through. No, never mind. Hour and 20 minutes, not 60. It's 80. Yeah.
Okay, so at 40 minutes, we're halfway through the movie, and that's when you do the change.
Okay.
And that's what I've been really like pushing is this halfway through the movie is where he gets changed, because you build up this whole entire thing that he is gonna get like, you kind of hint that there is. It would just be so much better if really hinted it'd be so much better if she was a human.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, so here's what I have. The blueprint is kind of Han Solo. She's Khaleesi, he's Han Solo.
Okay.
Right? So she's double-crossing him the whole time. She's a puppet supremacist. She knows that any human who touches it's going to turn into a puppet. She wants to take this to the White House or to something, to something. She wants to take this and turn someone into a puppet. Then the mafia wants it because it's their cultural artifact. And
the mafia wants it because it brings power.
No, I think the way you've painted this mafia, they're good guys.
But it's still a power thing. It's like they know it doesn't actually control the Muppets, but it's still like why, like the same reasons why the mafia would probably want the Mona Lisa type thing, except for that it's so like it'd be so impossible to get.
But no, I think it's more like Killmonger, where he's like,
except for I guess more like they would want the Shroud of Turin because they're very like the mafia is very Catholic oriented.
Yeah, but let's make it though
puppet
barely even the mafia. Barely, like they're technically, but really they're like a community organization. Like they're fully like, and we could show a bunch of scenes. That's the thing where our femme fatale is making it look like, oh, the mafia is too brutal to have it, but really later on it turns out, oh no, they were helping distribute food in this community, and they were like truly, this is like at the time when it was so racist against Italians that the mafia was kind of like it was a community organization.
That's the thing. It's not that they're so racist against police. No, they're so racist against puppets.
That's why I said Italians in mind because it was the actual mafia.
Yeah.
But
no, they're so racist against puppets.
Yeah, they're so like the puppets are like a downtrodden community, and that's the thing. It's what you said of. So you have like your X-Men.
So that's why they want to turn the.
That's why the femme fatale does. She's the Magneto. She's like a puppet terrorist. Like, she's going to double cross at the end. They're not going to end up together.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, because after he turns puppet, it's like, oh, now they have the romance, and now we can do the double cross.
Exactly.
Yeah, perfect. See?
Yeah, and she's going to, like, at the end, like, she's going to try and escape with the thing, but he's going to have picked up on it at the last minute and done a swap. I think.
Okay.
And then, so he ends up with it. She escapes with something that's not it. It's like a very Sherlock Holmes and what's her name thing. Like, and he's like, oh. You know what I mean? Yeah. And then it sets up for the sequel, The Great Puppet Detective, where he's settled down and become a detective. He doesn't turn back to a human by the end.
Okay. No, I don't want him. Definitely don't want him to turn back.
Is this though?
I don't want anybody to be able to turn back into a human.
I think there must be an ability, but we're just not going to explore it.
Yeah, I just don't want to explore this.
Yeah, but I do also think maybe that's in the sequel. But I also think that are we stepping on any lines here by doing like we're setting these puppets up to be a minority community, and then like he's technically in puppet face. Like, really? Is it like a Black Like Me story? That's a problem, I think. Probably not. I'm probably overthinking that.
I think you're overthinking it.
Okay.
Because I think
oh, sorry, what were you going to say?
Yeah, that's kind of the thing, is that it's not that it's not that there's, like, racism towards them. It's just they can't...
I think there's racism. I think, like, he goes into a store and does, like, a pratfall. I think we really...
I just want to make it that there's few of them. Maybe, I guess...
I think there is a thing right after he turns into a puppet where, like, your favorite thing, slapstick. He goes into a gas station or something, and then, like, full slapstick, like in the way you would see a puppet. Like, his arms go wide and all of a sudden, and that kind of... And then the gas station is like, this is what happens as soon as a puppet comes in. Just makes him mad. You know what I mean? Like... Where's the bottom half of your body? Okay. I think he's a security guard. I think he's a security guard at the museum.
Security guard, though?
Yeah. Because I think we can put him in the museum then, and we can have...
Yeah, but why don't we do something else besides...
could he be like an art appraiser? Or like
maybe like something like that.
Yeah, an antiquarian?
Yeah.
No, he's probably too... That's
somebody,
probably too smart.
he's somebody who does... Like, no, that's kind of where I wanted to be, is somebody who's in the museum who dreams about having an adventure.
Oh...
They're just constantly like, I should have gone into like archaeology or something. Like, or that's it. They're an archaeologist who works at a museum, and they just took it on thinking that it was gonna be like Indiana Jones type level. Like,
okay.
There's no like, where's the fun in?
But do archaeologists work in museums?
Yeah, because they'd be the art like. If you had a major in archaeology or whatever, like, I'm pretty sure there's not enough jobs in archaeology going around that you'd be working in a museum for those type of artifacts that they find as well.
But what do we show them doing day to day?
Doing the, like, I guess just as a museum personnel. I don't know.
That's what, like...
Runs the museum.
He runs the, like...
Yeah, he's in charge of the museum. He's like the head of the museum.
No, I don't like that at all.
No?
No. That's too much. That's too much power. You wouldn't go to the head of the museum to steal the thing. Like, it doesn't set it up right, I think. I think he's got to be someone lower than that. He's younger than that, too. There's no way he's the head of the museum. Like...
What if he's just a tour guide?
Yeah, what if he is just a tour guide? I think that's right.
And, like, he's just some college student who's just doing...
Yeah, I think that's what it is. And I think the puppet, the love interest, comes to the museum, like, every day. And she, like we see him a couple times. Oh, hey, Mary. And she's just sitting there kind of sketching and whatever. But she's by the hand all the time. Yeah. And I think that's where, like, because she's casing the joint.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so they have, like, a couple funny conversations, whatever. Then how does the mafia get to him?
Or what if that's it? What if he goes to try to stop her and she throws the hand at him and he goes and catches the hand?
He turns into a puppet really early in the movie then.
Yeah. And it's now like a chase after her. Like, it's now now he's a puppy, he's all in a panic and he just goes with her, and then it's like slowly being like on the run. I'm like going back to your on the run, but
well, they had to be on run.
Yeah, no, but I mean, I'm like going back to this on the early, and then going on the run of that. Like, I like the idea that he knows that it, like, he would know what the power of this thing is, and like just by accident she tosses at him, and just out of like he catches it and turns, and like just this whole realization of like, oh shit.
Okay, I like that a lot. Kind of takes the mafia out of it.
Yeah, we take the mafia out of it. We don't have to have the mafia.
No, we do.
No,
we
do.
Have to find another way to put them in.
But we don't have to have the mafia. The mafia could be the mafia could be involved with her.
Yeah.
And she's on the run. Like, the mafia are chasing them because of her.
That's very femme fatale. That's very much like, oh, they're after me, whatever they want. Like, and she just explains. But that's very like.
Is that bad?
No, I think that's really good. That's leaning into a trope that I wanted to hit here.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. When mild-mannered tour guide Tanner is closing up for the night, one of his...
I think the inciting incident now is him turning into the puppet.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel like you could do a good trailer of that. I feel like that's the scene you show. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm a puppet, and then like it's really like a, yeah. One of the museums,
Or maybe he's a new guide and he doesn't know, like he doesn't know not to. He just knows that he's not supposed to touch the.
I feel like if you're gonna do it that way, if he doesn't know, I feel like no one knows. Which I'm
Yeah,
very
no,
happy
but I
with.
just think that the whole rule is you just don't touch.
Well, you don't touch anything. Like you don't have to establish that as a rule. Cause
No, but even among them, they're allowed. Like you can only touch with gloves and all that type of stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I guess everything would be.
that's what I'm trying to say. Like,
Exactly, you're right.
it's not like you go into a museum the first day. They're like, well, definitely don't touch any of the Monets. He's like, oh, okay, so the Van Goghs totally touch away, absolutely.
Touch away on those Van Goghs.
Um,
Okay, whatever.
Yeah. So, but it could be either way. He could be saying in his tour, legend has it that anyone who touches, or it could be just a full. Yeah. What do you think?
I think it's nobody knows.
Okay.
They just
We have
like,
to find another way to build it up then. I guess he's just telling it about it on the tour. And he could say, oh, it's rumored to have mystical powers. Ooh, something like. We have to establish that somewhere, but we don't have to say what the powers are.
I think we go through every item, and every item he says, and it's supposed to have mystical powers.
I like that. Yeah, definitely. And we could bring it through a bunch of them. It could be like a crystal ball and Okay.
I think that's just how it is, because it's got to be funny, and it's just like
exactly.
show a couple examples, and each one just ends, and it's got mystical powers.
Yeah. One of the museum's usual clients is in stealing an artifact. Golden hand. No. Felt hand. Tanner tries to stop her, startling her. It seems like he startled her, but later on it comes out she knew what would happen. Like, this was intentional.
Yeah.
Exactly. She panics and throws the hand to him. We can change the names later, but I just hate that we never ever name our characters. We still don't have names for our characters in most of our other pitches. Okay, but she panics and throws the hand to him.
Whatever.
Tanner is...
Why are you writing like this?
What?
It's all changed font.
This is because I pressed enter, and it started a new list, and then...
Why'd you do that?
Into a puppet. But he learns that it's not easy being
Felty.
felt. Tanner goes on the run with Mary. The cops and the mafia are after them. That's enough of this?
Wait, no, I've got like... I just have like... You got a difficult hand dealt when you're made of felt.
That...
You have a difficult life dealt when you're made of felt. So stupid.
A femme fatale type puppet supremacist wants to turn... Is it the president?
Yeah.
Into a puppet. And it's played by Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson.
Okay.
Because...
Mary would be a good... Like, Dwayne would make a good Mary.
Like, you need some names to get this going. And the way you're going to get The Rock to be in it is to...
Have him be
the president. Exactly. He'd do anything if he was going to be the president, I think. I heard he was in porn parody of The West Wing. Okay.
Excuse me. One of those energy drinks.
You want to get one?
No.
Okay, I'm trying to come up with a pun on the Maltese Falcon. Probably we're not going to come up with one. Probably got a better one than that. Oh my god. You know what the trailer, the logo for this could be? Okay, I'm just going to put cookie jar. The logo is a take on the Godfather logo with the marionette strings. We probably should have stayed longer on the Godfather idea because they're based around marionettes. I mean, that actually would have been a... Okay.
Maybe we do. Maybe this is like... We deal heavier in the mafia for the second half. As I said, she's running on them away from the mob.
Yeah.
The mob doesn't want her to be doing this.
Right. We're with that. But I don't know what you do to make this into the Godfather now. Like, I feel like almost you want to throw out what we have and start again if you're going to be the Godfather. What?
Fuck the Godfather. It was a shitty movie anyways. Just kidding.
Should be like the Felt Fellas.
Felt by an angel.
No! Felton Loathing in Las Vegas.
Heavy felting.
Okay.
Life felt me lemons.
Get out of here. Okay, that's the end of the stream now. Sorry, not just for this episode, for the rest of the time. Goodbye to wannabe showrunners. Okay, plot breakdown. I feel like... Tanner is giving a tour of the museum. Every artifact, magical powers. He dreams of a life of adventure. He is good friends with a regular, a puppet named Mary, who seems particularly interested in a cat named the Maltese Feltkin.
Nope.
One night after hours, he comes across Mary attempting to steal the artifact. Oh, we didn't replace this chord, eh?
No, we didn't. Oh, well.
Yeah. She...
The title of this is called No Strings Attached.
I like that.
No.
That's where we should have started, is Pinocchio.
Get out of here.
What? Pinocchio's awesome.
I don't know.
Okay.
Oh, you're like, I'm all caught up.
Okay. In shock, he leaves with her. No, he doesn't.
No.
He passes out. When he comes to, Mary has disappeared with the hand. Later on, he is searching for her to get answers, and they run into each other in a bar in
Puppet Town.
They have tells her she owes him some answers. She says the mafia is forcing her to steal the artifact, or they'll kill her. That's like a femme fatale thing. Together, they decide to try and escape from the mafia while also learning how to reverse his condition.
Okay.
They, their night is cut short. Maybe they, no. They have a few drinks and a magical night follows where she shows him some of the wonders of Puppet Town.
I say it looks like she's back. I say how we do it is she backstabs him. But it looks like she backstabs him. We really play it out that they the last scene should be him on a beach and her coming up to him and sitting him down beside.
At the end of this movie?
At the end of the movie. That she got away but has all the heat, and she took all the heat off of him, and he's able to get away as well without any heat.
It's not really how I wanted to do it, but I'm definitely open. No, because it is a romance. If it's going to do a romance, in my mind, she escapes without the artifact. But...
No, she escapes with the artifact.
And then she comes back and she has it still?
Or no. I guess no.
No. If she's coming back, she has to escape without...
She escapes with the money, though.
Where's the money coming
from? From the mafia.
Oh.
Because the mafia...
Okay, so they give it to the mafia. She escapes with the money. But then she comes to him with the money? Yeah.
Or he gets the money.
Yeah, he must get the money from the mafia. She escapes with the heat. Does she take down the mafia? I thought this was going to be more like a Sherlock Holmes and what's her name thing, where one of them always gets the better of each other, and they're too much. They can't stay together. But
That's spy versus spy. Kind of.
Is it?
I don't know, just the two going at each other.
Oh, but yeah. Have you ever seen Spy vs. Spy? I didn't think so.
Yeah, I used to read the Mad Comics Spy versus Spy.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, but I'm thinking of like I keep on coming with Sherlock Holmes and his love interest, right? Like
Watson.
No, the lady. I think they call her just the lady.
Okay.
Or also, isn't Doctor Who and what's her name?
River?
What?
River?
Yeah, exactly. That's kind of like every time they kind of like at the end one of them ends up getting the better of the other, and they both kind of like, oh, I wonder when we'll meet again. But I do kind of like this idea of they're meeting on the beach. It's very end of Andy Dufresne Shawshank Redemption.
Exactly. Like I just think that it's like the last scene is like him telling a story, like telling kind of like a.
He's probably telling this story
like narrating, but narrating us off, and as like he just gets and see sometimes a puppet does win, or something like that.
Yeah,
and
that's what it is for sure. And like she's in like a little bit of a disguise, but like, and he's been doing narration the whole time.
Yeah.
But at the end, it's a story he's telling to a bartender, or it's a story he's telling to someone. Yeah.
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 And we come out, and there's like
it's like a Kaiser Sose thing.
Yeah.
The two of them got the best on everyone.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's kind of where I'm going at. Is that like they came up with we don't see that the plan that they came up with to like get away with it all.
Yeah. But then I want to set it up where
it all once you know, you can see all the like you can put together like we're gonna come back to them at points at like halfway through the conversation type
exactly
thing. And you're just missing part, but if you know what happens, yeah.
Then I really want to do a thing now, because this is what I thought you were going to say now, at this point, of, they have a magical night. He wakes up in a strange bed, and Mary is nowhere to be found. All of the clothes are out. Closet. Place looks like it was vacated in a hurry. Tanner freaks out. Mary returns shortly after with coffee. It's like I want to set up a thing where it keeps on looking like she keeps on leaving him. And it's, yeah. Because we're setting up, is she trustworthy or not, right away. Mary and Tanner leave town. Heading for... But she can't be a puppet supremacist anymore. She's still trying to turn the president into a puppet, and they end up together. She loses that plan, they end up together. It doesn't make any sense. We gotta move.
Maybe the mafia are puppets, and she's deciding that she, like, because of what happened with him.
Yeah, that's what it is.
She's deciding not to. She's having the.
Yeah. Could we go back to a thing now then? What if the mafia is trying to turn the president into a puppet using that hand? And there's the cops, the government, the CIA, the FBI. It's an FBI agent who's after them, who's a human.
Yep.
He has a cure. He says, all I need is that hand, to turn you back into a human. But it turns out they have a plan to turn everyone into humans. And so that's why they destroy it. Because either the puppets get it and they're starting to turn people, or the government gets it and then there's no puppets anymore. So he has to give up turning back to a human. He has to accept being a puppet forever. And they destroy the hand.
Oh, yeah?
But they get the mafia's money. I think that's what it is.
Yes.
Like, because there could be a time where, he's working with the...
They come up with a plan. At the end, they know what's going to happen. We point out the fact of what's going to happen. And then we kind of, do a skip.
Yeah, we split them up. It looks like she's going to continue with the hand. She's gone on her own. Like, they have a big fight. She goes off on her own. Looks like she's kind of doing her own thing. Then the FBI is like, if we just had that back, we could turn you back into a human. In fact, we could turn everyone into a human. That's like a little thing. They're separate for the climax of the movie. And then they come back together. And he's like, look, I just need it. And she's like, I need it. And it's a bit, and then, but this is all staged. We haven't seen that. Like, the whole part from when they split up. No, because he has to already know.
Well, I think we got a good foundation going
I
on.
do. Maybe we'll come back to this next Thursday.
I think we do. I think this will just be our Thursdays for a little bit, because this is a little different from something
This is
we
very
do.
different from anything we've ever done.
So...
Yeah, well, thanks for tuning in and
think about it this week. We can sit on this and think about it this week and bring back our ideas.
I do feel I'm gonna write this down here.
Yeah, put down your cookie jars.
The FBI personified by one agent, and we want a main agent, obviously, can turn him back into a human if they get the hand, but Mary has already escaped with the hand. The mafia wants to turn the president into a puppet for puppet rights. Because I feel like all the pieces are there, we just need to figure out what order they come in. Mary and Tanner have a plan that is seek from the audience to fool both the mafia and the FBI, destroy the hand and escape. We end looking like Tanner has been abandoned by Mary, but
they.
Well, I was going to say meets her as pre-arranged. There is VO narration by Tanner. At the end, he has been telling this story to a... Am I missing any of the other pieces? All right. Thanks for tuning in to Wanna Be Showrunners. We'll catch you next.
Was fun.
That was a lot of fun. I really hope Happy Man Riley was somewhere in the chat. I don't know, or not in the chat, but is watching. If not, Happy Man, hopefully you see this in our archives.
I like the Felt Fellas.
Yeah, but it doesn't really make
doesn't.
sense. So I'm going to name this, for now, Puppet Crime
Ice.
Rome.
Puppets on Ice.
Nope, definitely not. And we'll see you next Thursday on the Thursday Night Writer's Block. But don't forget to tune in Saturday morning when we'll continue to work on our Rural Fantasy Alpha. From all of us here at Wanna Be
Subscribe.
Click that subscribe button. We want to see, and let us know if you have any ideas. Tweet at us at WShowrunners.
Or if there's a pitch that you want to,
That's what I meant. That's what I meant. If you want us to work on something like a crime romance or a puppet thing, that's how we came up with this stuff.
Totally down.
Tweet at us. And from all of us here at Wanna Be Showrunners, don't stop writing.
Don't stop writing. Don't stop.